This is the best ever. Welcome back to All About the Alternative is back, baby. Oh, this is good. This is so good. So, join with me today, guys, as we celebrate that I have my channel back. This is more than I ever thought how this was going to go. I'm so pleased that I have my channel back. Just a moment, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Stick with me. I'll be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, All About the Alternative, that is back. Yes, I put it back up there. I went to another channel, started another channel, and this is my my channel. This is All About the Alternative is me. That is who I am. This is my channel, and I will make a strong commitment ever that I made the commitment back when I started the channel. This will stick to it from now on. I promise that I am not going to ever look at a brand deal. You know, that may sound really good. They may sound like, hey, that'll give you a little extra boost. It's not where my channel belongs. I am not going to have another look at another brand deal ever again, because that's how I got hacked. Oh, wow. So today I got it back, but I've had a week and a half worth of craziness to go over with all of you, that and a little bit of hope that if you're watching this video, perhaps that you're even seeing this because you may have looked at something or thought about something about doing something like this. And I'm going to tell exactly what happened with me. Although I'm probably not going to be putting my pictures up today. This is straightforward. I just wanted to get this video out here to tell you what happened. And basically what it is the beginning of June, I got an email from a brand deal. It was actually a very good idea. It sounded like something I was actually very interested in. As you know, I'm very, gadget oriented for my channel here, is when I show off products. And so, of course, it was for a piece of camera equipment that I could really have used here. But having gone through this now, this is a company I will probably never, ever have in any of my stuff. I have everything I need anyway to do this channel, that I don't need any of that anyway. So here it is. This is exactly what I plan to do. I am never going to look at another brand deal. But yes, it was for some camera equipment that I thought would have been really fantastic. I was actually looking at the product. And then I got this email saying, we'd like to do a brand deal with you with this product. And they sent me a little bit of information about a little blurb about what their product was. And I thought, okay, that's exactly what I had planned to do. And so that was what I was going to do. To get something like that. Anyway, I was going to do that kind of product. So here's the thing. I got the email. I sent back the email saying, yeah, this sounds like a great idea. Let's tell me more about it. And it was the first time I'd ever seen where to go about it, about a brand deal. Because I'd gotten other emails before, but I certainly wasn't going to touch any of them. I had no interest in any of them, so I just didn't do that. So of course I got I sent back an email saying, well, send me some more information or whatever, and they sent me a file. Of course they did. They sent me 3 files actually, that was actually in a zipped file. And so I had to open it on my computer, and I went to my zip program, which I didn't have to download one. I've heard other people say they had to download a specific opening program. I already had to open up files that are zipped files. So because I use that often enough myself, normally. But it also had a password. And not realizing it, of course, I thought, okay, brand deal, they're going to want to be very secure. They're going to want to be NDA and all that stuff. And so I clicked on it, and it opened up a EXE file, so an executable file, a PDF file, and some other files that were actually for the for video, showing me what the product was about. And of course, like I said, I already knew about some of the products, so I said, okay, you know, this sounds really good. I had clicked on the exe file to open it up because I wanted to find out what it was all about. It's not something unnormal to click on an exe file to start up a new program, and you know, maybe it was something to, you know, like I said, I'd never heard of any of it. I didn't know about any of it prior to doing this. So I clicked on it. Nothing happened on my computer. It came up with this, are you sure you want to open this, I guess? And I said, yes, of course, I'm trying to look at it, so I'm opening it up. But nothing happened. Everything sat still, nothing happened. And I just went, okay, well, now what? What do I do? And so I just left it. I figured, well, I didn't know what to do with that. A little later on that day, I actually did send an email back to the original email, and I said, nothing happened, nothing opened. Can you just send me a PDF copy of the file for me to read, because I can't open it up with with what you've sent. So I didn't hear back from them. I got actually another email from them, I guess maybe a couple of days later, that was actually for the exact same thing, asking if I want to do the brand deal again. And I'm thinking, well, I already sent you back that. I didn't respond back. I didn't think much of it. I figured, well, if I heard something back, maybe. If not, then, you know, I'm not hurting for it. I don't need the brand deal. It was just something that, hey, I was liking the product, and I said, well, sure, why not? Let's go ahead with that. But obviously, that wasn't going to work. So I went ahead with just doing my regular thing. I did some more of my own videos that week, and then I was watching some other stuff, and I was looking at some other things, some things I wanted to actually comment on for the week, some of my social media concepts I was working on. And so I actually had worked out a lot of that over the weekend. I had spent some time on it and had planned to make a new video coming the following week. And the Tuesday morning of June 17th, I sat down right here and I started doing my intro for the new video. And I had just finished doing the intro. I was just about to do my next segment for my next part of my video, and an email popped up on my computer, or my phone, sorry, actually, I guess it was on my phone, and it said, your password has been changed to your account. And I went, what? You know, because there's no way that would be, it's not an email address that was used anywhere else other than for YouTube, so I knew that was what was going on. They had attacked my channel, and then the next thing I know, I got another email saying that, that the AdSense had been removed as well, and it was changed to another email address. And no, that's not part of that. I didn't change anything, and there was nothing on my phone saying, have you made this change? Because in any other time, I would get an email saying, did you make a change, or authenticating that it was me, so I had to click on yes, it was me, or something like that, and didn't get any of that on my phone at all. So I mean, I've had all this two-factor identifications and all that stuff too, but obviously they broke through all of that and attacked everything. So upon doing all of that, I wound up going into my channel because I was, you know, what's going on. So I clicked on my channel, and my email address that was connected to my YouTube channel was deleted. They had replaced it with a completely different email address that was, oddly, that, I mean, it's not something that would have ever been anything connected to me at all, obviously. And so I searched, what can I do for this? What can I do? And I contacted other people, and I was told that later that day I was actually told that you know, the only way to contact anybody is through Twitter. But there was information I just didn't have on me at the time. I had it in another file that was on another drive. I always keep everything backed up on a drive, and so I had to search through that drive to make sure I had that information all together before I could even make the to get it. So I went through, and by the next day, on June 18th, I finally got actually a hold of this YouTube support through X, through Twitter, Um, and of course I had to reinstate, or not reinstate so much, but I hadn't used my Twitter account in some time, so I had to go in and get that going so that I could actually access it. And yeah, so I went through on that, and yeah, it was crazy. I was going through everything, and you have to just go through step by step by step and try and tell them, hey, I was hacked, I was hacked. You know, what can I do about this? And they go, well, we know that, you know, it must be a scary time because you're being hacked. But we have to do all these steps and everything. So I followed everything through, of course, and got through to YouTube support. And because my channel is monetized, I also had to have all my AdSense information. I had to have every piece of information about my channel that, when you're starting up a brand new channel or you have a channel, make sure you keep track of your URL that's at the top of your page. That is a very important piece of information that they ask for. And if you are monetized, make sure that you go into your AdSense and record your pub number. Always keep a copy of that somewhere close by to you, that you if anything like this ever happens, you have that information to give them. You have the information of when you started your channel, and when the last video you put up, what the last URL that you put up, the last video that you, piece of content that you put up. I believe it's more or less the content of long form, not so much the short form, but if the short form is the last thing you put up, maybe keep a copy of that too. Also remember exactly any locations that you actually logged in from. They may ask you for that as well. So just make sure you have all of that information stored somewhere that's accessible to you right away. Like I said, I had mine on the hard drive, and I had to go back and get the file from my hard drive before I could actually do anything. And had I not had it with me at the time, I would have not been able to have answered the questions that they wanted. Now that was the first step, and I got back I got back the channel actually at that point. I thought I got it back. But what had happened is overnight they had put up a URL, or they put up another piece of they got in again. Somehow they got in again, and they put up a video that was for Bitcoin. Of all things, to go up on my channel would be something about Bitcoin, you know. And so they put up a video in early morning hours, and I got an alert from someone that I'm so glad that I got the alert for that time. And I went in and I was checking out what was going on with it. I was looking over the video to make sure of what it was even, and stuff. So I hadn't deleted it right away because I was checking what it was. And so then I got rid of it and deleted it. And at the same time, my husband was going through kidney surgery, and that was where my focus was that week. There was no time for anything else. That was what towards the later part of that week, that's what my time was spent on, and I had to spend time on that. And so I you know, obviously when I had a moment to look at my phone and check that my channel was still intact and everything was good, somehow they had managed to put up another video on there that I had not seen. So they put up another video, and the next thing I knew, they had, you know, I woke up early morning hours after my surgery, the following morning, to, oh, there's another video on your account. But I didn't have time I slept through that night, of course. I thought everything's good, everything's okay. But I woke up to the video had played already and was finished, and YouTube had decided that it was bad content and that my channel was deleted. And that's what I had. Actually, I guess I got that on Saturday morning. So that was the 21st. So I went through and I was trying to figure out what to do here, because of course I didn't know what more to do. Of course I had all that information. I had some of that. Of course I had some of the information that they needed. They sent me a form that I had to fill out within 48 hours. And I wasn't even home because I was actually at our trailer for the weekend when they sent this to me. So thankfully I had that hard drive with me and had that information on me. So I filled out all the information. I just got everything, all the information that they had asked for, and all the URL information and everything. And then I got an email back saying, thank you for doing that. We'll look into it and get back to you. We know this is a very hard time for you, whatever. But that's sat there. So we're talking Saturday that I put in this this appeal to get my channel back. And all the while thinking, what am I going to do with this? I've had 19 years that I've had this account. I haven't put up videos. My most recent content was actually from only a year and a half ago that I rebranded this channel. But I had all the other videos that I had put up 19 years ago and started the channel then. And so that's a big blow to a channel, to have 19 years worth of like everything I had just gone in a heartbeat. And it was like, oh my God, what am I going to do here? So I started up another channel. I did, actually, because, you know, I called myself the Gadget Lady, Gadget Lady Canada. And so I started up another channel, Gadget Lady Canada, and I was working towards rebranding with a new face title, new opening screen for the new channel, and put all my old content, because I have every piece of my old content. Every piece that's on this channel is sitting on a hard drive. I have never let YouTube just have my content and not have a copy of it myself. In fact, prior to that, a couple of days prior, I had a couple of live shows that I had done, and I wanted to use them towards, like, I just wanted copies of them anyway, so I wanted it for my own archive, just to have the copies. So I got my YouTube downloader, downloaded a few of them, and I thought, well, maybe if I could use pieces of those for shorts in a bit, I would be able to do that. I just hadn't had time to work on those, of course. It was a very busy time. So I had luckily actually downloaded those. So if nothing else, I had copies of those videos that I had done. And then, so I had started to go through those videos, and I was going to try to put them up. And to try and do it organically, I don't recommend it to anybody. And this is the truth. I don't recommend that, because you can tell people to start, oh, you can put your videos up organically, put them up, and don't tell anybody you have a channel. Just put your video up and let YouTube take care of it, and they will put it out to the algorithm, and people will watch. And the reality is that's actually false. Sorry. I know it's an actual thing. You think that it's a great idea, and you think that, you know, maybe a new YouTuber or whatever will be put out into the algorithm. I did several live shows. None of them were put out into the algorithm. I did several of those videos that I rebranded and put up onto my new channel. None of it went to the algorithm at all. My checking for it, even doing a search for them, one of them came up. None of the rest of them came up. So thankfully, you know, like, it's just, I'm so grateful to have this channel back. That is how I feel. I am so grateful to have this channel back, because I've worked so hard on this channel. And I'm so glad for everybody who hopefully will be rejoining me. If you've unsubscribed, hopefully you will resubscribe. You know, check if you're subscribed down below, and please give this video a like, because you'll help this channel to regrow again. I think I did lose a few subscribers. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I hope that I have not lost too much. I only had a couple of things going for the membership at this point, because hasn't been a whole lot for membership to really be a part of yet. But I do want to do that, so if you're really interested, please click on the join and join my membership too, because that will help me grow as well and give me more opportunities to do a lot more with this channel that I would love to do. But it's not required. Clicking on the join is not required at all. But please do if you can. That'd be wonderful. But anyway, so a couple of days went by. We're going to go back to the story here. So a couple of days went by, and suddenly, of course, I was looking at it going, 4 days have gone by already. Now, I haven't heard a word. I haven't heard anything. Maybe they've forgotten. So I sent them an email back saying, hey, it's been 4 days. Is there anything new? They sort of sat there a little bit, and a couple of hours later, I got an email back saying, we understand you're worried about your channel. We have placed this back in front of the support team, and we will get back to you. um, you know, and so that was fine, I guess. I let it go, and I actually went a few more days, and I sent them another email saying, "Sorry, still haven't heard. Is there anything?" And they sent me back another email saying, "Well, same thing. We understand that you're worried, but we'll get back to you soon." All the while, I'm looking at my channel. Actually, because I already got back the account, I had my regular account back. It was saying that it had been removed permanently and it was not coming back. Well, you see, I have it back. Um, but of course, they had removed my. They still had it removed, and so that was I believe yesterday. And so this morning, as of June 28th, 2025, I got. I know it's not good to put dates on these things, but today's date is very important. This whole week and a half has been very important. I will go back to not putting dates to my channel so much, but this one is very important. I got an email this morning saying, "We know that everything happened. We know that you've been compromised. I needed to remove the email address of the other email address that was associated to it and put it back to the right one, my email address, back on the channel, and they will go from there." But I realized that what I had done is I had followed everything. My advice to you is, if there is any reference codes that they have sent you, that is their support code, in regard, the referral code that they're giving, make sure you write those down or you put them into a Word file or something like that to save that information. Because as soon as you have done that change, you lose access to that email address. That was their email address, the scammer, the hacker email address. Thankfully, they got nothing from me because that account was never connected to anything else other than just that. That's the only thing this was ever attached to. So that was good. So yeah, so I did that, and then I was sitting there going, well, wait a minute. So I took all of that information, all of my copied information about the report, and I put it into my regular email address with an CC'd on another email address that I actually had, and said, well, I don't have access to that email address now. What do I do? Because you're going to send me back an email to that other email address, and that was my assumption anyway. And so I had sent that email saying, yes, I had done what you asked me to do, and I followed all the instructions, but now I don't have access to that email address. And so they took all that, and I'm sitting here going, I have no idea if they even received that email, because that email, even though I CC'd myself, for some reason that CC never showed up on my account. So so I went a little further. I went even further. I know this is long, but I went even further, and I went to Google. Actually, I went back to X. I went back to X to get a hold of Google support, and I followed through the instructions and that with that. Gave them the code number of the incidents that I had reported. And I got a hold of somebody that was actually in a chat stream to talk to. It was unbelievably, I am so glad I had that. Finally had somebody that was actually answering a question. It wasn't just all automated stuff. It was actually, I was speaking to, writing to someone. So yeah, so I gave them my reference number and everything, and they said, give me a couple minutes, I'll go and check on it. They did that. They came back to me with, yes, it is all fine. They will get back to me on the original email address, which was perfect. And about an hour later, I had an email back saying, we're working on it, we will review it in a few, and we'll get back to you, whatever the case may be. So I was finally on the road. I was finally on the road back. And then I went, had some lunch, came back, and I had an email saying it has been restored. And my AdSense had been restored, and my membership had been restored, and I went back into the channel, and everything's back. All the subscriptions I had for you know, for all the places that I go to be a part of, and be a part of other people's lives and other people's videos, and everything that I normally watch was all back. Nothing was deleted there. The only thing I can see that was, well, I had to check on the information that they had compromised, so I had to do that. So I checked on all the stuff that they compromised and got rid of all the stuff they compromised. And then the next thing I did was check on if there's anything else that was compromised in my thing. They hadn't privatized anything, which a lot of people say that their videos either get deleted or privatized. I believe there's one video that may have gotten deleted. I put a note in my comment in my in my community that telling people what had happened, so that they had an idea that that's why my videos were not available, or that's why I'm not there. So whoever is still watching this, I really appreciate it. This is a long story, so I appreciate that if you are watching this whole thing, you understand that this was a very big process to go through for the last week and a half. A very stressful week and a half for me. But here I am. All About the Alternative is back, and we are going strong. I have a lot of content coming, and please stick with me. If you can, if you're joining me now and you've listened to this story, and you're can look at some more of my content and get really more into all the stuff that I do here in this channel. For the real stuff that I do on this channel, please give me a like, please give me a new subscribe, and so here we are. We're on the road back. I don't know what's going to happen from here. Hopefully nothing more will be destroyed on my channel, but I will get everything back. Like I said, the only other thing that I lost, I think, was the playlists that I had. I don't know why all my playlists are deleted for some reason. So I have to go through all of that and fix all my playlists. And then I've got to go through some settings and that and get all that back to normal as well. But once all of that is done, I will look at doing a live very soon to cover some of this and cover some new topics that I have in mind as well. So please join me for those. And miracles happen every day. I've had a big one this week. I've had a big one today. So I'm sharing it all with you, and I'm hoping that you will stick with me in the future. Have a wonderful day, everybody.